Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is the game War in the Pacific Admits Edition. This is my play-by-eval match against Xargun. He's a allied commander for me, it is the Empire of Japan, and this is scenario 1 on game version 26B. This will now be the 26th February, the last days of the second month of the year, and I flip here base near Palmbang, unloading my Navy Guard units, or better to say, more supplies for this unit. Here's also a small Dutch base force I have to take care. And more dot bases in the Dutch cities. Plus Santa Cruz Islands. Maybe I will build there one base to have maybe Navy and sub hunter groups later on to protect my shipping for Nomaya back to the home islands. But this is future, so in the first 3 months up to the end of the March you really must focus for what is important to strike forward. And building up bases is important, but not the number one goal. So no Navy engagement, not a night or a day. Xargun is still holding back most of his assets. Not that he tried, but his carrier gets damaged by my battlecruiser. And I sunk one light and one heavy cruiser and did half dozen of his destroyers so far. Still not really a very active war game so far, or war match. My patrol boats locate here AMs with a reported hit. But there is at least an enemy surface task force near or east of New Zealand. But more support attacks. Not really great numbers of airstrikes in China today is related to not really a target for me to strike. And if I don't really need the airstrikes, I can better let my units train. This saves supplies, and my units or pilots can still get experience and skill points. I also have the problem that my old generation army bombers stockpile is empty. I don't produce them, and I still lost equipment over time, all these days. This is this defeated Red Chinese army, or at least part of them, and they were able to escape, and this is now Xargun's block force. He's maybe retreating with some of them, but there is equipment strong enough to block me. I have maybe, of course, better experience in all of this, but the numbers in these high mountains is not in my favor. So I would more or less counter block him and say this is now the border, and let's see how this will change. And at the same time I try to get this army or division back to full combat value, that I can attack again. Need a little more time. My light tank regiment try to achieve something. Nothing really too important. More bombardments. Similar situation. I rest my units. If they are at full maximum power, I can attack again. Dili. The Dutch forces surrender. This chapter is now over, so Timor is secured. And the Dutch units from Kendari also give up. These are all secondary class objects, but I must take them sooner or later, and I think this is now the best moment. This was only a dot base, but important to open the rail. And this is now Xargun's. He tried to cross and maybe get his unit back to Changsha, where it can rebuild. But it was not ready to attack my... I have here some armored car unit. I think they are now already light tanks. They're holding the hex, so... they cannot pass. Overall, a very short light turn. I prepare my next operations, and I still need Singapore. Tja. So Batavia, Singapore, and also Darwin are normally objects I must take or won't take. After this, I will see what is really possible. And maybe a little more. So first, a very light, only one of my 1B Oscars. This is in Burma. Ops losses, but no pilot loss. No ship sunk, no ship reported. Everything is fine. Maybe some more points for me that I'm not so sure. I don't really care too much with points. I only see that I have roughly 30, 40, 45 times the points. It's okay. This was a Chinese unit cross the river, must make a shock attack because river crossing, and I have here Tanketten. So they started armored cars, the next level is Tanketten. And I think after this you have light tanks. And this is, I think, the end of development for support tanks or light tanks. Medium tanks is then really other class of unit. Anything to say here? Not really. Lin Chao is waiting for Mongolian army, and they have to first defeat the Chinese Mongolian army, and then in weeks or maybe 1 or 2 months they arrive in Lin Chao. I have to break this 2 block units. I think there are only 2. Yeah. So here is no enemy, but these 2 hexes are controlled by Chinese. And I have to open them to let the supply flow run here better to see on. If I want to operate here with bigger armies around here in the north or over the mountains, I think I better have here clear open supply lines. This road is, I think, not so important. If I can block and hold the Chinese as long as possible, that's already a win for me. Nothing else here. My Southern army is arrived. Only 1 unit is a little slow, so I can attack here and maybe wipe out these Chinese troopers. And then this is done. Then the road is open for Liu and more importantly, also course of Nanning. Open here the highway and the supply flow from Vietnam, Indochina to China, Manchukuo. Burma, there is here somewhere my Oscar was lost. Yeah, this is the air wing using the 1B but I don't produce this airplane more, so I have no zero pool. So I think it's nearly time. I must wait one more turn that I can maybe upgrade to 1C. And then I can use this 1B for other air wing. Here in China I have still air wings. They have a other size, 36, so here I can maybe use this. And 1B is still okay. Less firepower, a little more speed. Yeah, but acceptable. My submarines. Oh, I get a phone call. No, maybe later. What I want to say. This all looks fine. East Java is now under control. I mean, if here's a East Java and West Java, that's all fine. 2 units are here. The bulk of the Dutch are trying to use this mountain as a fortress. So I can maybe take Batavia and the west end of Java and then open here the shipping. But 07 is normally also a unit, I think. We will see. My unit is on the way. I have here my Navy Guard unit walking down. The next hex is free, where you would see always an indication that there's an enemy. I must pick here this 2, 3, 4 bases. This is all small scale engagement. And I also prepare now to pick up my 2 divisions, and I think I will use 2 divisions plus additional forces to strike for Darwin, to take out Darwin more or less. Maybe have here a small air base to Navy search together with Dili. I think if you control Darwin and Dili and block the rest of the bases here, then you can normally control all the seas and also make it hard for submarines to operate. And more important is, if I have Darwin, no enemy B-17s can attack me. All other bases don't have the size of 5. You need normally a size of 5 to have a long range. Yeah, I mean, it's possible to build here up air bases, but I think it's super hard to supply them. You need also a port and no, this is only mini detection, so I don't really know what is here. I need double detection to get useful information. This is this task force my Navy search spotted and maybe attacked. So I will maybe run my hunter group here down and try to intercept. Last turn I tried already this, but it was not able. I mean, he was, I think, in this hex. Oh no, in this hex. He was 6 east to Auckland, and then he moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 southeast. So I know that they are not military equipment because 3 is normal speed of support ships or cargo ships, but not normally military equipment always have 4 cruise speed. So we miss each other, it's okay. I still want to see what is this really, if it's AM or APD or whatever. And they are close to my own special task force. Good. Yeah. So nothing really too special to talk. Let's see what happens next turn. Take care. Bye bye.